Hi everyone, it's Morag from York Professional Pet Sitting and Dog Walking, and I have with me today Natalie from Paws in the Bath. Paws in the Bath has 4 locations. Natalie, you work at the Newmarket one, right?
I'm at Aurora.
Aurora, okay.
Yes.
Aurora one, but there's also one in Newmarket on Gorham, in Keswick, and way down south at the beaches. So you can get all their locations on their website. And so as you know, like our hairdressers, our groomers are closed, and a lot of us are having a bit of an issue. And so Natalie is here to try and help ease your mind into how to get your pet through this terrible time until the groomers are open again, which hopefully will be soon. So the first concern from our pet parents is nail trimming. And it seems the biggest concern is, one, that they'll clip the quick because no one wants to see their fur baby bleed. And the other one is, you know, the pulling away of the paw, especially if you've got a large, strong breed. So Natalie, any tips you can give us to help us?
So the first thing I would say is if you can have 2 people, one person to hold and maybe feed treats while the other person's clipping, that's typically the best. Just again, because they are so fidgety, even as a groomer with my 2 dogs at home, if I don't have them on the grooming table with some sort of restraint, there's no way I'm getting it done. So I would definitely recommend having 2 people. If you do have a tabletop that you don't mind putting them on, obviously being safe and making sure that one person is holding securely, just for some reason, them being on a smaller surface that is raised, they typically stand a bit more still. Next thing would be is find out which way your dog is most comfortable holding the foot for you. So typically when we're cutting nails, we would bend the leg back so we can see the nail clearly, but not all dogs will stand that way. So you can pull the foot forward so you can see the tip from underneath at the front. Some dogs, you can do it while they're laying down. If they're a small dog, you can actually flip them over onto their back on your lap so the feet are facing up. So just play around with your dog and see what they are most comfortable with so they're not moving around, because obviously, yes, if they are fidgeting, you're going to be nervous that you're going to cut too much off. So try to keep them as still as possible. So a couple things: if you've got your nail clippers, you can use these if you're comfortable. If the nail is clear, it's easy. You can see the pink quick. You want to just take the tip off before the pink part. What I suggest is when you're clipping nails, you never want to open the clipper completely. You just want it open enough that the nail can slide through, and just go little bits at a time. If you're looking at the nail as you're clipping, when you get close to the quick, you'll see either a pink or a black dot. That's where you'll want to stop. Okay, but really just if you're clipping the nails once a week and just getting the tips off, that's going to make a huge difference. Other option is if you want, you can get a pet Dremel. So I think Walmart sells them, any pet store would sell them. That way you can grind down the nail. Only thing you have to be careful of is if your dog has long hair, you want to pull the hair back from the nail so it doesn't get wound in the grinder. And then safest way to do it, just a typical nail file that we all have at home. It is going to take a long time to do, but you can just go just like your own nail, buff back and forth until the nail's gotten flatter. And again, you're probably not going to get close to the quick, but it's going to buff it off enough. The other thing I would recommend is to have either flour or cornstarch on hand. That way, if you do accidentally hit the quick, you're going to pinch some of that cornstarch, push it onto the nail, and keep pressure on the nail for at least 60 seconds. That typically will stop the bleeding. Or if you want to be extra careful, you can go to your pet store and buy Quick Stop, which is a septic powder that will help stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I've actually had a bowl of flour next to me and once had to dip the whole paw just because one quick, but it was just easier than the fussing.
Absolutely.
And just the whole thing in. So basically, any kind of flour, wood, baking soda, cornstarch, anything that's like that would work.
Any type of, that baking powder, which should work fine. You're just trying to pack it so it stops the bleeding.
Okay, sounds good. And so that's what I say too, is just, you don't have to even look for the end of the quick, and kind of, if you can just take that little end tip off, that
Yes, just
makes
take
world.
little bits off. Obviously with black nails, it's a lot harder because you don't know where that quick is. Most dogs, the way their nail grows, it will start to almost go off to a point. If you go online and search a dog's nail, you'll see how it grows, where the quick stops, and then that end where the quick isn't goes to a point. That's usually your safe spot that you can cut off without quicking them. But again, just go little bit by little bit. Maybe you're only going to get one paw done a day. That's fine. You don't want to overwhelm them. But yeah, you've got different methods you can use so that you can do it safely.
And a super extra special high reward treat when they're done.
Yes, yeah. Peanut butter on a spoon is good to distract them. Some nice liver treats, a hot dog. Yeah, give them a good treat.
Speaking of peanut butter, what do you think of this this new trend of wrapping saran wrap around your head and sticking peanut butter on it and having your dog lick it while you do the nails?
So I think it's a funny thing to watch, but my biggest concern is, again, dogs are animals, and sometimes their response to pain is biting. So I wouldn't suggest it, because if you do accidentally quick your dog and your dog's face is right here with your face, they could accidentally nip you. And you can't get to the back nails if you got peanut butter on your head. So again, peanut butter is an awesome idea, but maybe let somebody else hold the peanut butter and not anywhere near your face.
I think that's excellent advice. Yeah, I could never figure out. I'm thinking, okay, they've got the front ones done. Now what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much, Natalie. I'm going to stop recording. We will start
You're
the next
welcome.
one.